Hi crafty friends, working in my Junky Junk Journal today. I'm going to do a really quick flip through so we can see what I've done so far. Remembering I'm only using junk for this journal. From junk mail to clothing tags, free magazines, seed packets, candy wrappers, scraps, and basically anything lying around. I have this really big paper bag where I put all this junk in and sort of collect it over time. If I see an interesting piece, I just pop it in there. And then when I do these pages, I just stick my hand in this big bag and grab a whole bunch and sort of work with what I've pulled out. It's not planned, it's pretty intuitive, and it's pretty fun to see what I can come up with what I've actually pulled out of the bag without pre-planning anything. So today I'm doing it exactly the same. Here is the pile of stuff that I've pulled out. Let's see what we can work with. Starting with this really pretty envelope. It's from a birthday card. It's got a beautiful print on it with lovely colors. It got ripped as it got opened, but I love it like that. It had so much character and dimension. I'm going to put the large piece of envelope on the left. It's going to overspill onto the right page, but I like that. And then I have another small piece of envelope that I'll put on the far right. I'll put that sideways so that the pattern isn't quite the same, for a bit of difference. Now that page on the right is an advertisement page from some junk mail. It's pretty busy. I can't really write on it, so I need to find a way to lighten that up or make it plainer so that I can do my writing. But to start, I'm going to stick down that first piece of printed envelope. That'll be my starting point, and I'll take it from there. A bit of overkill with the adhesive. I did use Mod Podge for this, which wasn't necessary. I could have just used glue stick. The paper is really thin and I'm sticking onto paper, but that's okay. I love this printed envelope. It's got some beautiful designs on, so I'm going to try and incorporate that somehow because I'm finding the colors are matching with the envelope print. I'll see if I can make that work. I'll stick that down on the right hand side. That'll cover the majority of the junk mail. It's a lot plainer and not quite so busy, so I can write in it and do my journaling. And then on top of that, I'm going to stick that last piece of printed envelope. I have this bright orange clothing tag that I want to use. I think the color suits this page theme, and the majority of the tag is plain, so I could write on it. I want to just cover that bottom section that's got some print, so it gives me more writing space. I really do keep all sorts of things. I have this beautiful wrapper from a sushi shop. I love the pictures of the girls' faces and the colors of the package. I've used a piece of it before. I'm loving this bright orange, so I'm going to see if I can incorporate this into my page today. My idea was to use that bright dark orange section as a pocket. For some reason, I really thought this page needed a pocket. While I'm deciding what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a few more pieces of collage into the background to help balance that darker color that I have on the right. I would strongly recommend creating a junk journal like this completely from junk and working in it, especially when you think or feel you've lost your mojo, when you really want to create something but don't really know what. This is a very free space. You can just do whatever you want. It doesn't really follow a theme, and I feel it really just gets those creative juices flowing. To create this junk journal, I have a tutorial, which I will link in the description box below. I will also link the playlists to all the videos for all the previous pages I've created, so you can see how I incorporate all the junk into the pages. I also do a lot of journaling, actual writing, so you can see and get ideas on how to fill a journal. I'm going to use this plain piece of paper from a spiral book. I'm going to stick it down on the top left of the page, which will give me lots of writing room. And yes, I've covered up some of that printed envelope I stuck down first, but it's all part of the process. Adding a few bits of masking tape for additional interest and texture, I've placed them on that scrap paper as if they are holding that down onto the background page. And now for some journaling. A lot of people ask me what I'm actually writing, and because this is a creative journal, I'm just writing about art journaling and mixed media, and general information about this paper craft that I enjoy so much. I also add big headings or quotes or sentiments throughout the book to add additional points of interest. I really want to add that orange tag. I'm going to add it on the left so you can actually flap it up and read the information underneath. But first, I'm going to write on it. I'm going to write on it sideways so that the text is not the same as what I've just written previously. That adds more interest. And personally, I just love handwriting in all directions. And I'm simply going to staple this in place. I decided to add something bold on the right hand side because there's quite a bit of small handwriting on the left, so I'm going to put a big statement in bold writing. And unlike I usually do, I didn't actually practice this on a scrap piece of paper first to check my spacing. I just started writing, and as I got to the bottom of the page, I realized there wasn't enough room for the full statement. But that's okay. Most times there's a solution. I'm just going to add an extra piece of scrap paper at the bottom. The paper is going to be matching the one that I placed on the top left. I'm going to attach it with a piece of masking tape, and it's going to fold up. So as you page through the book when it's done, you can fold this down to read the additional text. I'm going to add a few hearts to bring some more color to the white spaces. I'm going to use acrylic markers. These are the ArtStacks brush tip, and when you press the brush tip down at an angle, it creates a beautiful teardrop shape. And if you put two together with the bottom point touching, it makes a little heart. Super easy, so I'm going to do a few throughout the double page. And to enhance them more, I'm just going to go around them with a black fine liner pen. I think these pages are done. Let's do one more. I'm definitely going to use this portrait. Sticking that down with glue stick just directly onto the blank page. And then again, that page on the left, which is an advertisement, I just need to cover that up with something. I'm going to use a plain white envelope, well, the back of a junk mail envelope, and it's going to cover the majority of that page. And a piece of masking tape down the center. This has two purposes. There's a functional purpose. This will help keep that white piece of paper that I stuck on the left down flat near the spine, and the other one is because I like the way it looks, so it's for aesthetic purposes. Sticking down a piece of that bright orange print from the sushi bag. And then I thought to bring more colors to this page, so I'm going to sort of do like a color swatch with my acrylic markers just in that white space along the spine. I'm sort of sticking to the colors very roughly, the colors that I've used across both pages. that light orange isn't working great. I'm going to make that darker with a Posca pen. This is a similar orange to that paper I've stuck to the left. And then I'm also going to shake the pen just over that section, and some drops of the Posca pen ink or paint drop out. There's a few droplets there. I'm going to do the same near the bottom with one of the turquoise ones. You can't really do this with the brush tip pens, but it does work with the Posca pens. I like those few drips with that color sort of expanding off the color swatch. And to bring the color across to the other page, I'm going to color in the girl's shirt with some of the same colors that I've used in the color swatch. And then I'm going to add some definition to that with a black fine liner pen. And some more pen paint splash for the bird. I'm now going to add some contrast. I'm going to do some stamping with black permanent ink and a basic leaf stamp. I'm doing it along the edges of the page as if the leaves are coming onto the page, sort of framing everything. Now, because this book is quite chunky and uneven, when I press the stamp down, it doesn't make a full impression because the surface underneath is not flat. But that's okay. We can fix that. We can go over the lines with a black fine liner pen. We have the basic shape. We can fill in the gaps. Like I said, most times there's a solution. I'm really liking this double page. I decided to add a little bit more contrast by adding some black writing. I wanted the left page to be pretty full. So I'm going to do some journaling directly onto that broad orange printed section. It is a little hard to read the text that I'm writing, but you can. It's clear enough if you're close to the book, but it's more of a design element. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video of me working in my Junky Junk Journal, and I do hope you were inspired. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Thanks again for watching. Happy creating, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.